Welcome back, Tube Dwellers, to a best of 5 series from the Kaspersky Arena, September of 2013. The map is Belshir Vestige. The players are ready. Introducing first, in the top left-hand corner, your blue Terran player from Team Empire, Happy. His opponent, spawning opposite on Belshir Vestige, the green Protoss player from Team PK, AcRo. Cheesy little bugger in Game 1. Looks like he's not going to do the same here in Game 2. The 9 pylon is already down inside his base. Happy with the peculiar depot placements. This is really interesting. In the first game, he did this not knowing that AcRo was being cheesy and putting gateways up in his main. This game, this may be a double intender here. He may intend it as a spotter for this potential cheese that AcRo could try again. Although I think it's probably just a preferential thing that he put his depot out here. I don't know. Kind of like to ask him. Like to pick his brain. Happy, of course, a Russian player. Played Warcraft 3. I think he was the best Warcraft 3 Russian player. Played Undead. So coming back to life here in Starcraft 2 as the Terran pieces. I believe his most recent noteworthy accomplishment was making it into the round of 16 in WCS EU. No small feat, as EU just as stacked as some of the other regional WCS events, maybe even more so than some of them. in A. A lot of good players in the EU. AcRo's got both of his gas out. This gateway's just finishing up. The cybernetics core goes down. Pretty regular looking stuff. Happy with no gas is almost certainly going to be whipping out a secondary command center. Is he going to do it on the low ground? It looks like he will. First Marine's out. He's choosing not to make a second because he did not get a second supply depot. So once this goes down, he'll start the supply depot in just a moment. And he will build, in fact, 2 SCVs here before starting this Marine. The Marine will start right around the same time as that depot. It's a nice little way to get that natural command center down as fast as possible. Happy spending a little bit of extra cash to throw down an engineering bay. This is going to be incredibly annoying for AcRo to deal with. However, he did get the Zealots, so the Zealot's already out. Happy's going to be able to run away with his SCV. The Zealot's going to go to work on the engineering bay. It's not going to take him a terribly long time to tear it down, but this will delay AcRo a little bit. And actually, I say that, but I'm not sure that's the case. He's just now coming close to 300 minerals, and the engineering bay is going to go down. I don't know if he even changed his build to account for that engineering bay block. Happy did it anyway, though. And at home, we can see that didn't slow Happy down none too much. His natural is just about to finish. He's got a bunker out in front of it, so that this pesky little stalker that I would expect to be crossing the map can't give Happy too much trouble. Happy's also throwing down 2 more barracks before going double gas in his main. So these additional 2 barracks say, I want to be safe. If he does anything gateway-centric, if he does anything kind of early pressure, pre-tech kind of timing, I'm going to have a lot of Marines to deal with it. Enough Marines, hopefully, and if it is a huge gateway timing, then enough bunkers as well. Happy's going to toss down a scan. He does see the robotics facility. That's about all he could potentially see right at this time. If this robotics facility is for a supporting tech, like say only a warp prism or only a few observers, and AcRo instead decides to go Stargate, then it still probably wouldn't be down quite yet. And we see his follow-up after the robo is at least 1 more gateway, although I suspect quite a few more will be coming out here. I would expect him to go up to 5, maybe 6 gateways. It kind of depends on what he wants to do with this robotics facility and how quickly he ends up taking the gas on this natural. If he goes heavy in the robotics facility tech, and it looks like that may be the choice. So maybe we'll see far fewer gateways. The robotics support bay goes down, and observer's the first choice, but the support bay indicates that this facility is going to be making mostly colossi. And that seems like a very hasty tech route to Colossi. He's going to go straight there, no questions asked, whereas Happy is taking kind of a more leisurely route to his tech. He has an engineering bay coming up before the factory even. Actually, you know what? I think the engineering bay builds faster. I think he probably threw these down at about the same time. He is going to start +1 damage, though, before the factory's done. And he's going to get a missile turret at the front because he wants to be safe. And honestly, AcRo, I think, is the lesser-known player here. Happy probably feels confident in just about any macro sense against AcRo, and he just wants to make sure that he's safe against any cheesy early shenanigans AcRo could pull out. Starport's going to follow the factory, so we can be pretty certain that the factory's just there to progress the tech. The Starport's going to get out some medevacs and maybe go straight to Vikings, given the speed of this Colossi tech. First Colossi on the way. Colossi range being researched. Mothership core is out and gathering energy for the defensive. AcRo, I believe that's in sight, yeah. So that observer, though it wasn't being shot by the missile turret could see it. And Happy got a bead on it. He is going to use a scan and take the observer out. Luckily, though, that did not happen early. AcRo pretty much saw everything. He saw the 3 racks out. He saw the engineering bay. Saw the starport timing even, so he knows full well everything that Happy's doing. He didn't see any third down yet, and seeing all the buildings that were there, he can be pretty sure that Happy's not going into the third quite yet. Although, as I say that, he's just starting it. And he's starting it in location. Interesting. He's putting that right down on his third base spot, and he's going to move out. He's going to cover this expansion with a little bit of pressure at the front. This could be a perfect anti-timing. We have a second Colossi on the way with some Chrono Boost. That'll be out by the time the infantry gets here. It's going to need the Chrono Boost, though. It's actually not out. Without the Chrono Boost, it won't be out. Range will finish, though. There's not a lot here. There are sentries. AcRo's going to have to try hard. Okay, the range finishes. It looks like Happy doesn't really want to fight this. With the range, you can micro the hell out of that Colossi. There's quite a few bio here. Wow, Happy is actually going to stem to escape. He doesn't want to keep taking shots from that Colossi. Very interesting. I just wonder here, 225. Does Happy know something I don't? 225, they're the same speed. I feel like he didn't need to stem to get away there. I feel like he could have just walked away. Oh, AcRo with a clutch observer. I hope to God he's actually watching, though. Happy loads up a double medevac drop right under the observer, and he's taken off to go to the main. The factory scouts the third. AcRo's third coming down way later than Happy's. Happy's is up in place. It's getting ready to start researching. AcRo did see the medevacs. He saw the load up, and he's ready for it. We've got 6 stalkers, a 7th stalker coming up from the front lines, and a Colossi, but oh no, Happy's going to be a little booger with a couple troops going in at the third. That is totally just a distraction, though. Happy's going to wait until he sees some forces over there, and then come in with the medevacs in the back. I'm not sure this is enough stalkers to deal with this. We've got a lot of bio on the ground. The photon overcharge, though, that's going to tip the scales in AcRo's favor, but not immediately. Happy's still getting some damage done here. He's taken out quite a few stalkers. He's going to stutter a little bit with this stem. He's even going to take out the mothership core. He kills a photon cannon. More stalkers are going down. This photon overcharge is doing continuous damage to the infantry, but it's not killing them fast enough. We even get some probe kills. That looked really nice for Happy. In all honesty, just the army trades alone, yeah, have Happy in a bit of an advantage. Now, Happy's going to have to be careful with everything out here, though. There's no anti-air. He can just load up and run away. Does not have the kind of presence, though, to be able to do any damage. Our worker count, oh, man, AcRo, it hurts. Buddy, you're keeping up in the food count, which is impressive, but that just means that your army is well over Happy's right now, and it is, too. The worker count, though, your food count's not going to be able to keep up, given this this income. Happy got this third up a lot earlier, and a Terran being ahead of a Protoss in workers. He's also got the mules. That's absolutely gross. Happy's going to drop in here with a little annoying force. This isn't even really enough to do much, and as I say that, he does kill 2 pylons and gets out without losing anything. So that's money in the bank, metaphorically speaking. It's money his enemy doesn't have, and so it is money's worth of an advantage. Not necessarily a drop intended to kill, though, by any means. Happy's fortifying this third now. And he's also getting Vikings out. This is good because the Colossi count is getting to a kind of nasty number. I thought he had a third. Double Forge, I never did mention that. I think that's 2-2 that he's currently working on. Yeah. Weapons and armor. And we see Charge coming out as well as Warp Prism Speed. Very interesting stuff. AcRo plans on using plenty of Zealots. Does he have Blink yet? He does. He does already have Blink. And he's got a decent number of Stalkers with the drop business going on. I might have expected him to get Blink first, and he did. And I might have expected him to kind of go a little bit deeper on Stalkers. He doesn't have very many. He's also got to factor in the fact that he has a lot of Colossi. He's got a huge chunk of change invested. And the only way to keep that chunk of change alive is to use Blink Stalkers to counter the inevitable Vikings. Happy's got a decent Viking number. He's going to keep focusing on them, though. He's not got many medevacs, and he can't spare the starport time to build more. He's got to get his Viking count up to a level that can pick off the Colossi before the battle begins, or shortly into the beginning of the battle. Happy does have a nice army, though. This worker lead has really paid off. The supply is a full 50 in his favor. The army count shows that AcRo's, right there on gas, but minerals, he just doesn't have the content. He doesn't have the bulk that Happy has. He's also getting Storm. Storm's really close to finishing. There are High Templar on the field. Protoss able to push this tech, but look at this. Ghosts already Happy. You madman. EMPs go down. Shields are off of the entire army. The Vikings are going to work on these Colossi, and Happy's microing a chunk of his army out to the side. There's a lot of damage going down. AcRo's army just melted. There's even some infantry in from the back. All right before Storm finishes. Storm was there right at the last second. He just didn't have the time, though. Happy caught the perfect timing. I don't believe that Happy had ghosts in that already. I was just getting ready to talk about how quickly the Protoss can progress along their tech tree, how quickly they can whip out Colossi, and then follow it up with High Templars and Storm, but ghosts already. Christ almighty. It looks like he even already had the energy upgrade for them, was getting Cloak. Beautiful stuff. Happy, just firing on all cylinders. AcRo in flames on all cylinders. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. This is only game number 2. This is a best of 5, so we'll see how long it goes in subsequent episodes.